Alright. For this stream, it is going to be solo so that I can actually kind of just do this. But we are going to give a world tour of the 1 year, one world. That's redundant. Either way. Okay. It would load. Change game settings real quick. 60. Quality. There we go. Okay. This is the spacer. Wendell Tully. Who really cares about them? We're going to disable the quests because genuinely nobody cares. And yeah, let's go through this one by one. Okay. So the first thing up is the what should we call it? First thing are the sap collectors just over here. A wee bit more. Around this corner. These are a cornerstone for the early to mid parts of the series. And also a little bit in the end because I was needing a lot of sap. Next up was genuinely probably the best investment build I have made the entire series. My little garden farm. Got a little 7x5 row. The reason I have these on is A, so I can actually walk, collect, and B, because trying to place the, the garden patches side by side is genuinely finicky, so it's just better to do it like that. I also had the waft emitter over here. The reason I had the waft emitter here specifically is because it's just really easy. The waft emitter just got destroyed. That's lovely. You love that. Yeah. It's a very easy spot to just have it. Next up was my first base. First ever base. This was built, I think this was abandoned like near day 50. But it served as the foundation for the whole series. Without this base, I would have not gotten anywhere near as far. So, yes, still have a bunch of rope here, all silk. It seems got meals for time I need it. Water collector. This is my old dresser system that carried all my weapons. And got a zipline system. Very nice. Believe I built a bridge over there. But we will get to that. Zipline there, then we have another zipline. This is for pre-new game plus because I did not want to walk my way up to the base over and over again. Main base. Which I've named Abaddon Escher's residence after Abaddon Escher. My main grounded OC. Absolute legend. This place has seen some massive renovation over the years. Let me also just equip that so I don't take fall damage and die like an idiot. Okay, so perhaps it's better if we just start from the bottom up. Because boy oh boy is this a spectacle if you've never seen it before. Not even a good base either. So as you can see, we have a stair there, branched off. I was going to do a sort of branch off there, but it just took too much work. Again, this is all for pre-New Game Plus. In New Game Plus, this becomes a bit irrelevant, but this was my only way to get up and down, aside from the zipline, which is obviously all the way over there. And we have this whole area, which I intended to make something out of this, but I didn't really get time. We have the walls still supporting these, which is how I kind of got from to and from when I built the grass floor for this. Speaking of things I didn't quite get to, there was supposed to be a little segment here that this kind of branched out, but nope, didn't get to it. Then we have the stuffed bosses for when I was grinding them, most useful for the mantis in particular. Stairs up and down, this upper floor, again, I intended to do something with this upper floor, but it kind of got overtaken by weed stems from the final defense. Nice little system around the field station there. And we have the pet house segment over here. All my pets. Got Wilma, my Weevil, Frisk the Aphid, Bumpy the Gnat. Got Coraline the Red Ant, baby Red Ant. Ashley the baby Fire Ant. And Barbara the baby Black Ant. Chests there, a little food for each. Nice little design. It's a relatively well lit room too. I quite like. Moving on to the actual segment, I know I've literally been just avoiding this, but I wanted to save it for last. I have all the upgrade creatures, so like, you know, ox beetles, ladybugs, little spiders, ladybirds, all that. We have the storage system, all coated in Violet's theme color. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be no, it was based off Violet. The original was based off the Broodmother. Lots of food. And pandusts, just because they are the most good meal in the game for quality of life. Sausager, that. A ton of resources, which unfortunately got, like, just drained at the end of the series because of, problematic, but oh well. These little jerky rack setups. The mats under this, credits to my friend Leo, because he was the one that made this sort of design in the forest, and I took after it. We have this random chest. And then we have the upper balcony. This is sort of like my little hangout. Fountains on each side, so we have resources, we got this. We have the throne here. Quite nice. Armor dummies for each and every single set in the game. Those were 5 builds I was wanting to get to, but I only realistically got to 1. Excess gear, I have a lot of it. Another fountain, hot tub. More gear. And then, of course, little hanging segment with each of the head mounts. Including each of, just some head mounts I thought would be useful. Okay. Now, go to this defense. This is my, defense for the, whatchamacallit, Moldwork Mixer. As you can see, it got quite destroyed, but... oh well. All the punches, right? We have those, the reason I have, like, walls just spammed everywhere is because fodder walls, as I like to call them, are great distractions. All to have a ton over there, as you can see. Yeah, very useful. moving on. We are heading to the hedge next, I believe, but we are going to take the pathway with my bridge to show that off. Okay. My bridge is very bare bones. Got one up from Old Orc Castle here, along with tons of infused mosquitoes. We'd love to see that. I don't know what that mosquito is doing. We got a wall mount there for the Director Schmector fight because holy, it's annoying. With the Weavers, that's like the most lethal part of that fight. And then we got this bridge here because I just didn't want to have to run up Twig there over and over again. That's just annoying. Off to the head. Here. Ugh. Hicks. Okay. Here, avoid the infused green shield, run into all the grass. That is amazing. Loki, that offset jump actually was good. Okay. Quick little run down here, past all the old river juniors, which are annoying. Only one of the worst with the hedge. We have the edge mixer defense system. I believe I had some wall mounts over here too. Yep, I have the Weaver and Larva wall mounts for this defense right there. Again, all the fodder walls. Most of the Orvers spawn back here, so that's why I had all the walls there. It's just really, really useful. Honestly, those fodder walls do way more than the actual mixer walls when it comes to defending. My number one tip, I'm gonna be honest. For mixers anyways. So we're heading to the Haze mixer, which is the easiest mixer in the game, not even close. Why not all just automatically run up that? Make sure to fix your posture, y'all. Fix your posture, drink some water. And this is a wild journey. I know technically the stream sort of ended last stream, but it also technically ends this stream. It's weird. Yeah. Sort of like, whatchamacallit, Wolfie plays Tea Time, I feel like. I'm just yapping to the camera and y'all just watch. If you even want to, I honestly doubt anybody will watch this, but, you know. If you do, thank you. If you don't, I honestly, whatever. This is just a world tour. Nothing really much going on. There's so many things I just wish I got to. There is... Okay, I thought that was a weevil on the floor. Would have been an absolute classic. I fell. That's also absolute classic. Okay, let me parkour up then. Because I have massive skill issue. Love me some stamina waste techniques. Where you run out of stamina deliberately to have more sooner. Yeah, the wall here, it's honestly nothing impressive. It's like literally just a wall. I forgot to get the science there. I'll just leave it like that. Don't mind. Next up, we perfectly segue into the sandbox mixer. Nice. Sandbox mixer is arguably the second hardest of the lower yard. I can see the argument for it being first, but honestly, black soldier ants are just something else. I genuinely don't know why, but I feel like black soldier ants just have innate resistance to everything, because they take longer than every other soldier variant to kill. It's so dumb. Like, I genuinely don't think there's a single other ant type that takes longer to kill than the black soldier ant, which just should not be the case. But it just is. They just take longer to kill. Anyhow. Oh yeah, once I get to show off the bridge I have over here. Well, finally, y'all aren't just like infused after infused. The crazy thing. Okay, we got the bridge here, leading to and from castle. Because honestly, I don't want to do some crazy parkour up there and then whatnot. It's just so much easier to build to that. And we have this whole defense here. A wall that I built so I don't fall off like a dumbass. I shadow-proofed it, essentially. Walls all around. I think there was a, whatchamacallit, a wall mount in here. Yeah, there is. Wall mount there. That's it, the sandbox. Okay, let me just yap about some random things. Honestly, I feel like I know I always go on about this, but Pre-Nukem plus Mascus mode is genuinely I have the experience now of Mascus mode 1 year own world. So I can safely say like what is balanced and what's not. Which speaking of, I'm gonna be posting the Mascus mode new rule video, the remastered. Actually, low-key, I think going this way is faster. Yeah, I'm gonna have the Mascus mode remastered vid posted as I end stream. I've had a lot of time to, I guess, reflect on, like, what is balanced, what's not. And I kinda, like, this is gonna be, like, weird to explain the 1 year 1 world vid, the movie, when I make it, which, speaking of, I'm dividing it into parts. So, Pre-New Game Plus is gonna be a movie, New Game Plus is gonna be a movie, etc., etc. But I've sort of had to change the rules as I go, just because I found, like, oh, that's just incredibly unbalanced. Like, resetting stream in New Game Plus? Oh, hell no, bro. That's actually, like, why? That's so unfair. So I just passed the mixer. And classic, there's stink bugs here. Again, we're seeing the fodder walls. This mixer got destroyed pretty much. But I managed to pull through in the end. I severely underestimated how powerful sour infused creatures were for that raid. Otherwise, there's not much to talk about there. I've had time to think and reflect on certain rules, like, again, the reset the last logout save in New Game Plus. That is actually just so unfair. It's so dumb. Let me see if I can get the parkour trick. If I can't, I'll just go up a yard descent, but I should still have this, right, chat? I'm not gonna first try. I would like to get it first try, but I might not. Jump that. Jump that. There we go. Nice easy way you can skip the upper yard ascent. Crackable bomb rock. Yeah, the reason New Game Plus has the autosaves turned on now is mostly, I'm not gonna lie, if the Mant didn't exist, I would low-key keep it on. The Mant and the Wasp Queen. I would low-key still have that. Also, we have infused Wolfie. That's crazy. Yeah, we got more fodder walls here. More. This is by far the hardest rear mixer because, like, literally this whole section was fodder walls. So they literally reached this by the tail end of the mixer. I finally decided to make a little entry point into this, which had that moved. I could actually get the science. Yeah, the Wasp Queen and the Man, they decide to just randomly put you in RNG based situations. The Wasp Queen a little less though. Because the only way she can actually kill you with RNG is by, whatchamacallit? Only way she could kill you with RNG is if she decides to summon a wasp. That wasp decides to go literally inside of her, and then she does the machine gun barrage. That just causes all the balls to fall directly on top of you. You can't live that. So that sucks. And then we got the Mant, which, well, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. The Mant on New Game Plus is genuinely the hardest creature to kill in the game. It's not even close. It's not even a matter of he's difficult. It's a matter of, like, every time he chucks his bomb, there's, like, a 90% chance you just die if he has Sour. Which is so dumb. It's so stupid. I don't like the fact I don't really need to eat or drink at all. Also, you ever wonder why you don't kill scarabs on Mascus mode? That's why. Don't get me wrong, I was using the wrong weapon, but, like, nah, bro. You have to two-tap them. If you don't two-tap them and ambush, you have no hope. Low-key, I feel like I should save that for last, since it was, like, a major part. I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, it's part of the world tour, actually. Yeah, yeah, we just chalked that up to world tour. What else? Do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, by the way, I know I've said this on a few streams, but I don't think a lot of people actually do know this. This experience, Mascus mode here, was the first time I ever played New Game Plus. I've never played, like, properly. I know I've done New Game 10 Mantis on WoW, also holy cringe Ox Beetle. Ow. Like a brother. What are we doing? We have walls here. Low-key, like, suck your own toes. We have walls on this side because they do, everything just gets everywhere. We have fodder walls here. This was by far the hardest mixer to defend out of all of them. Not even close. That ash is the innermost layer. Pretty damaged, as you can see. I built an entire ass fortress up here because I wanted easy locomotion on the top part. So, like, you know, if I just defended here, I like, oh no, the other side's getting attacked. Let me jump this. Wow. I can quickly travel. Yeah. Very much just have that. What was I on about before? I low-key kind of forgot. Oh yeah, the fact that this is my first experience with the New Game Plus. Yeah, aside from the New Game 10 Mantis on WoW, which I literally just did to call dibs on it because I saw that nobody else had done it aside from Sidinky, and I was like, oh, this must be a hard challenge. I wanna do it. Yeah. My mixer defense, I have this. Most useless walls there. I blocked off the anthill so that, whatchamacallit, ants couldn't come in and out, but as you can see, that actually, that stayed quite intact, actually. Hold up. I took a lot more damage. Low-key, the mixers with Fire Ants and Roly-Polies are just the hardest ones in the game. On higher levels. And we have the whole defense system. I'll show you the actual inside of it this time. Look at that. It's nice. Entire S4. Getting this down was so painful. And another thing too that I really hated about this space in particular look at this, bro. Like, what is that? That's pretty much untouched, by the way. Aside from, like, those walls there. That right there is untouched. Actually just sucks. Yeah, aside from the Nukem 10 Mantis, this is my first time ever playing WoW. Or not WoW. Yeah, guys, this is WoW mode. We're keeping that in. Anyways, this is my first time ever playing New Game Plus. First time I've ever gotten infused weapons, like, at all. So, yeah, honestly, would I say New Game Plus is difficult? Nah. I low-key think that if we factor out all the RNG bullshit, I low-key think it's easier than pre-New Game Plus. But enough yapping. We have the final defense. We have this wall, which is to prevent the, whatchamacallit, the fireworkers. If you build, like, a whole defense there, fireworkers will try and do is they'll be like, Allahu Akbar! Right, so you have to build that wall to stop them. And we have this. I barely use these in the final defense, but, well. Then we got mixer module defense here. One of them jumped in here, but instead of attacking the mixer module, it was like, this wall's smelly. I'm gonna attack this instead. Which, like, 0 IQ plays. Though I can't really be talking. I really can't be talking. We have this little nice little segment. I said that twice, fuck. We got all the head mounts here. It's very nicely lit too. We have a bridge connecting all three, and just little segments. We have turrets, which I didn't even use for the final defense. I low-key should have. This is what pretty much the unharmed version of this looks like. I don't know how anything got in here, but oh well. That's, I think, the one that was most unharmed. We have spike strips all around. Again, orc transmitters that I didn't use because it was stupid. We also have these barricades because the dust mites love to, like, on the wires, not on this one in particular. I just did that for precautionary measure. But they love to spawn on those wires and kind of like crawl down, so blocking those forces them to take the long route around, which is nice. We have the entire thing there. That's because if you block off there and there, they will resort to going here. But since that's the longest path, blocking this off forces them to take that path. It's just complex tactics, really. We have the entire trench, which was filled up until this wall with mushroom bricks, but as you can see, they were all pretty much destroyed. So yeah. That just about covers my world tour. I hope you all enjoyed. If you like the stream, like it. If it's like to dislike it. And for those of you watching, love odds. Peace.